Smith and MacArthur make some time for Cowboy Boys.
Oh, wait. I have to hit record on the phone. I almost forgot again.
Damn, dude.
Good one. And welcome to Cowboy Boys podcast. Yeah, we had to cut that first part off anyways. That needed a trigger warning. But now
that was Patreon only content. And even then, how's it going, everyone?
I'm doing. What do you mean, everyone? It's just me and you.
Yeah, but
joining
and also
me,
the listeners.
Joining me via satellite, remote satellite, Starlink, uplink, video. Sorry, if my throat is a little scratchy, I'm drinking a hot toddy, and I didn't have any lemon, so I replaced the lemon with more whiskey.
Mac has a scratchy throat because he went down on a woman and got her cancer chemicals in his throat. Yes, that's my theory. What did you do?
What are you talking about? Cancer chemicals?
Yeah, you could get cancer from eating pussy.
That's according to that one Hollywood actor back in. Oh, what is it? Michael Douglas? It's Michael Douglas, right? He claimed that you could get cancer from going down on a woman. And it's not chemicals.
It doesn't matter.
What chemicals would be down there?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Like all the
I've never run a test, and I don't think any women want to let me, which seems kind of sus if we're being honest.
What kind of test would you even run?
Well, firstly, I'd have to buy a lab coat, but once I did that, I would fucking run so many tests, dude.
Do you think you... Yeah, I guess you could. I was going to be like, you know how dudes will dress up as cops and pull people over and harass people on the road? I was like, do you think... And I remember the one autistic kid who put on a lab coat and was running a fake doctor office out of like some mall.
That's right. I remember that too.
There's also like multiple reports. I think there was a guy here in New York who kept hijacking subway trains and was like making all the stops. And the same with a bus. I don't know where the bus guy is located. There was a guy who was hijacking buses and like making all the stops and doing too good of a job. Why don't we just let those people do what they are artistically driven to do?
Dude, I know it. There was a guy in Germany who stole a plane and flew it full of passengers and landed.
Wow.
And like people were like, all right, I guess. Don't know what that was about, but sure.
Because we do that with hackers. The CIA, whenever like a hacker hacks something big, they're like, hey, do you want to go to prison forever or do you want to work for us? And it's that's a pretty good plea deal.
They do that with all kinds of people. Fraud people too.
Yeah, we got to get I'm trying to think, what kind of crime can I do where the government's like, you're too scared, you're too good at this, so we need you to work for us.
I don't know.
Doing corporate comedy for the CIA. Illegal corporate comedy.
I would eat Hillary Clinton's pussy so good that they would be like, you have to do this for a living, but I would refuse. I would take life in prison.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't
know why I did it the first time, but I would never do it a second time. I'll tell you that.
I missed the first time. Oh, because you did it so good.
Yeah, I did it so good.
I don't think anyone has ever gone down on her, and that's why she is the way she is.
I agree that seems plausible. So you didn't go down on a woman. Is that what you're saying?
I do not kiss and tell on a free episode. The listeners are going to have to tune into patreon.com/cowboyboys to find out allegedly whatever happened to me tonight that made my throat scratchy. And it wasn't sucking like a man's dick. That did that did not happen. That would actually heal your throat.
It does. Because it's protein, it's amino acids. Yeah, it's good for you.
It's the semen facials are good for your skin. So only imagine how good a throat coat would feel.
Dude,
it's medicinal. Lubricate. Women, ladies, and really effeminate looking dudes.
Do you ever remember that girl that was on TikTok and she was like, yes, I eat a tablespoon of cum every day. And she's like, I don't have a boyfriend, but luckily my guy friends, they keep me supplied with cum. And everyone was like, okay, hold on, what now? And she was like, no, it's not sexual. They just jack off for me and keep it and give it to me later. And I don't know how to explain to her as a guy that even if a woman eats my cum much later, it's almost
you
like
can feel it.
It's like a disturbance in the force where I'm like, oh yeah, you filthy bitch. Oh, I love you so much, you filthy fucking bitch. I love you. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I can feel, I know,
Yeah,
I would know, dude. It's like when you donate sperm and they use it to get a woman pregnant. You're just in your car and then you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I did it.
I thought you were gonna
Got your
say.
ass.
I thought you were gonna say you start telling dad jokes. All of a
Oh,
sudden,
yeah,
just
that too.
really lame jokes and
Your pants get way high up on your belly button. You have New Balances out of nowhere. You already dress like a dad.
I probably have a kid somewhere.
Dude, what happens when you have a kid? Are you going to go extra super dad mode? Like, or do you go past dad mode into something else?
I think I've just become more of myself, more comfortably me. Even
that sounds terrifying.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It just doesn't sound good.
Why wouldn't it sound good? I'd be even better.
I don't know, man. Just doesn't sound right.
You don't want more. You don't want more of whatever I am.
I don't know if more of it is what I want. I'll say that.
You don't want a more distilled version of me. A more what's another synonym? A more acute? Is that a more hype? I don't know.
Okay, no, I don't. I don't want any of that.
Well,
I think you're just enough, Mac.
I don't. We don't even know if I can get anyone pregnant.
It's true. You've never tried.
I've never had a real scare.
Oh, really? Have you ever come inside someone while they weren't on birth control?
Yeah, all the time. But I've never had.
While they weren't on birth control?
Oh, what are you talking about? Yeah, whatever.
Damn, son.
But I don't know that I've had a like, what are we gonna do about this situation? I've had women lie and be like, "Oh, it's yours," and it wasn't mine. But I've never seen that. So
I had someone tell me that a kid was mine, and the kid was like old, and then I went and got a paternity test without telling them, and it was not mine, of course.
How do you get a paternity test on a kid?
You can like get you can get a DNA test, yeah. So I just like swabbed him up, and then swabbed me up and sent it to a lab.
You stuck a Q-tip in his mouth?
Yeah. I 23 and me'd my this
alleged
kid,
son?
my alleged son, who I treated as like, you know, very, very, very well on the off chance that it was mine. But I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no way this baby's mine.
Was he a different race?
And then no, but he was just like, I just knew that I had not done that. This was a very This was a person who would lie about this. Does that make sense?
Yeah. How long did you have a stepson for?
I had a stepson for 6 weeks.
How did he like you?
He was so young. He didn't know.
It was just a baby.
Yeah, and I was so white trash at the time. This was I was like 22 at this time.
That's a good age to have a son.
It is. It actually is. I genuinely feel like I'm way too old to have kids.
No.
Which I know is going to bum out some women.
I know. You want to have all your kids when you're either 7 as a dude. As a dude, you want to have all your kids from the ages of 17 to 21, and then from then you don't. Those are your hard working years.
Yep.
And then from the ages of like 40 onwards, when you've already built your kingdom, you don't want to have kids from your mid 20s to your 30s. That's bad. You should have already had kids.
No, dude. Can you imagine if my fucking old balls that have been horribly just like smashed and irradiated and beaten, they're like full of fucking, I don't even know what.
Yeah, you might
loose change and God knows what else.
Yeah, you'll have like an autistic son and you'll be ready to you wouldn't want an autismo child?
I really wouldn't. I would not at all. People in Europe are correct with how they
No. What are the percentages? Okay, as a professional who's dealt with these people, like non-functioning autistic, how many people do you think are functioning autistic versus non-functioning?
I don't know. That's a great question.
You don't have like a guess?
I could not tell you.
I'd say out of all autistic people, I'd say only 15 are non-functioning.
I mean, or maybe even less.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of just weirdos at your work that are really good at playing with Legos and memorizing baseball stats that just squeak on by in life perfectly. Now, of that 15%, how many are evil? How many of these non-functioning autistic people are good versus evil?
I don't think that there's I don't. Can they be evil?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think a baby can be born evil. I think anything is either good or bad. I think I am inherently a good person who's chosen the path of evil.
Okay.
So I can never Did you ever play Fable?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember the first Fable game where if you were a good person and then you wanted to get the best good weapon in the game, it took like 1,000 hours to get, but if you sold all your goodness for the best evil sword in the game, it took like 5 hours. It was like easy. If you sold everything you'd worked for and just sold out, it was the easiest thing, and vice versa. If you were the most evil guy and you repented, it was so easy, but to be like the evil guy and get the most evil sword, it was like impossible. So the move was you were good and then you become super evil, and then you're evil and then you repent and became good and you got the best bow and the best thing. So I'm a good person and I'm on the evil path right now. I'm evil maxing, so then I can repent on my deathbed and still be good when I die.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that is the way to do it. You're a good child. You do a lot of evil in your life, and then when you're older, you're like, I should have done that. I got rich doing that, but no one else should do what I did because that's bad. And only now that I have age and wisdom, I understand what I did was bad.
There was I remember one of the few, like, because my mom had this like 2 years where she made us go to church. They were not sequential, they were separate. And one of the years we went to church at this trailer that was like a Baptist church, and the family lived in the trailer, but they would move all their possessions so that it would then become a church. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so they were living, honestly, props to them, because that guy forced his family to live in poverty so that they could preach the gospel, which is what Jesus would want.
Yeah.
Nothing's funnier than people being like, Jesus wants men to be humble and poor and like only care about God. And then a Christian will be like, well, but I have to provide for my family. No, you actually don't. God wants them to be humble and poor also.
Okay, but what about this? What if I have a mega super church and my super jets and I'm fucking hoes and bitches?
Okay,
but
hold on now.
I spread the gospel to 150,000 Christians. Is that if I'm a mega church and I'm doing coke off of whores, I'm a bad person. I'm evil maxing, yes. But I'm still spreading the gospel. This is like a Michael Jackson argument. If he brings so much good into the world, but he does a little bit bad, is he better than the guy who's preaching the gospel from the trailer, who's only talking to like 8 people? Small potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know what the Bible says, but I think in my heart, I know I'm going for big numbers. I don't want to convert. I don't want to convert 1 or 2 people. I want to convert the most people, so I can be in heaven, being like, yeah, I converted. I saved 1 million souls. So much.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
I'm with you. I'm on the big number train, but we know that God doesn't care.
That's what he says. That's what he says. But 1 million's bigger than 8.
It's true. 1 million is bigger than 8.
So
unless we got math all wrong, and God's like, actually, that's not. We are going for quality, not quantity.
I bet. Guess what? With 1 million people, I think there's going to be some good quality eggs in there. That's just a numbers game.
Yeah, but then you're going to have a bunch of lame people. What if God actually makes it tough because he purposefully only wants like certain people, and then you're the guy who got like 150,000 people converted, and he's like, great, Now we have 30,000 fucking dorks up in heaven ruining everything.
Oh, good point.
Or he's like, hey, just so you know, your congregation was a real fucking sausage fest, throwing off my numbers up here. Yeah. I'm trying to get topless women with angel wings cruising around, and now I've got goddamn Borat-looking guys hanging out.
Imagine Black God being so bummed out when all the Protestants show up and they're like, no, we're all my Baptist choirs. You guys are boring.
Yeah, dude.
I want some music up in here. You guys are building a snooze fest.
Dude, imagine God meeting one of the Pentecostals, the snake guys.
Those are cool.
He's like, listen, man, I appreciate it, but what the fuck, dude? You just sing a song. Why are you getting bit by rattlesnakes?
I get it. That shit's cool. If I'm God, I'm like, those guys get it. They understand the message. They really want my attention.
My favorite guys are the guys that get really strong, and then they're like, God did this.
Like every athlete?
Well, no,
that points to the sky when he gets a touchdown.
Yeah. Or like, that does make. I forgot that they do that, but I meant like, you know, those shows back in the 90s and early 2000s where like a bunch of buff dudes or gymnastics people or like a BMX guy would do tricks in front of kids, and then they'd be like, "Look, the power of God is real. I did a fucking kickflip."
You know what?
And then as a kid, you're like, "Shit, dude, God helped him do a kickflip. That seems legit."
Watch this right now. Praise Jesus for this podcast, for allowing us to podcast and spread his message, whatever his message might be. Dude, thank you, Jesus, for helping Cowboy Boys have so many subscribers. And
yeah, it's true.
You know what?
I'm not into that. I'm a Muhammad, peace be upon him. Yeah, thank you, Allah. Thank you for fucking blessing this podcast.
You got to learn how to say that in Islam.
You can say it however, as long as you reiterate that there should be peace for the prophet, as he is the one true prophet of God.
So I forgot to turn my notifications off.
I was gonna say you're getting texts from the women who are giving you throat cancer.
No.
Yes, I can tell. And just so everyone knows, Mac is out here up to stuff.
No, I'm not.
And he won't tell us what it is. You're going to have to pay $5 to find out.
I would never do something like that. Dude, what day of Nofap are you on?
Fucking, when did I jack off? I jacked off recently. No. I know it.
I've hit a full month, a full 30 days. That day I texted you yesterday my dream, and so for everyone listening, I had a Nofap dream. It wasn't a sex dream. It was like, you know those dreams that are like a little too real. It was one of those. Yeah. And so I had it was like literally on the month. I think I'm on like day 31 or like a little over a month now. But on the month, I had a dream where I was in the training dojo room of the Matrix. Remember when Neo is fighting Morpheus?
Yeah.
But it wasn't Morpheus. It was Keanu Reeves. And
whoa,
we had like what are the Japanese swords? The stick swords. Anyways,
katanas?
No, not katanas.
The wooden katanas? Yeah.
No, not the. No, I know what you mean the practice swords. I know. I'm talking about the pole arm, but they have like a ribbon and then the sword at the end of like the 8-foot stick. So
okay, Shigaru.
Yeah, we were fighting with those, just like training fighting, and he was like, You're obviously getting really powerful. And I'm like, hell yeah, I am. And he's like, yeah, but you're not powerful enough. And then he kicked my ass, and I'm like, no. And then I woke up, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to keep doing this.
Neo from the Matrix told me Nofap was working. How long did you get into it before you started to lose the like weird? Dude, I had a day where I've had like a couple days where I've been so horny that like it's borderline like I don't even remember. Like it's like I'm 15. I'm literally out of my mind.
Yeah, I'm like following crazy people on social media. Just like follow her, doing like it is like being 15 again, and it rules. And I don't think that goes away. I think that hits you.
Damn.
But that's what you're supposed to be doing as a single male in your 30s. So that it's kind of after like a month, I think it's finally started to die down a little bit because it's supposed to.
Okay, interesting.
But I think every guy's different. But I think it's like I really think women can sense that the last time you jacked off. I think they know down to the hour, not consciously, subconsciously.
Interesting.
I think women, like they have their intuition. Here, you know how if you or I see a guy, like a girl will be like, hey, here's this guy, and we'll like instantly know, like, this guy sucks, he's not good for you. Like, nah, he's cool, whatever, blah, blah. As a guy, you can just suss a guy out immediately if he sucks.
Yeah. You shake his hand and you know everything you need to know about him.
Yeah, like 90%. I think, but we don't know the last time a guy's come. I can never look at a guy and be like, I don't.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. But I think women can. I think they know. I think they could smell it on you. I think that it's like a subconscious thing because it was literally a week or two in, and I'm like walking down the street and like women are like smiling at me and be like, hey, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Your pheromones? You've got like
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so sad I broke. Here's what happened.
Oh,
I stopped watching porn, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so good for your brain. Everyone should stop watching porn. It's bad for you, straight up.
But
it's not good.
That's why it's so fun, because it's bad for you.
It is not good for you. It is just isn't. And anyone who's I don't care. I don't care.
Okay, but what about gay porn?
That doesn't count.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
What are you talking about? Between two men.
Yeah,
because two women is straight porn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, as long as we're on the same page. Yeah. Two guys that's just wrestling. So, so I stopped watching porn, started to feel so much better. It's really good for your brain. And then, but I was still jacking off, but I only have one memory that doesn't make me sad. So I jacked off to that memory. Yeah, I know. Listen.
What about all the good times we've had?
You know what? My bad, man.
Are you saying only one sexual memory?
Only one sexual memory.
It's really fucked up to be like, I only have one memory.
I'm not jacking off to the time you and I went to Lake Erie and it was really fun.
You know what? That's fair.
I'm jacking off to sex stuff. So anyway, I only have one sex memory that doesn't make me sad, and I jacked off to it too many times. And I even remember,
like when you listen to a song too much.
Yeah. I remember like 2 weeks into no porn, and I was like, I'm jacking off to this too much. Like, because I was jacking off every day still. Jesus. And I was like, dude, I'm going to fucking lose. This memory can't keep doing it for me. And it started taking longer and longer for me to finish. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, okay, I give up. I don't even care. So then I started to Nofap, and I got like, I don't know how long I got in, 2.5, 3 weeks or something. And then I had this one day where I was literally like so fucking, anyway, you get caught slipping and it's over for you.
You can get caught slipping. I've almost slipped a few times.
Yeah, they'll get you.
But Keanu came to me in a dream and told me to stay on the right path. I'm not doing no porn like you. If I see some,
you're watching porn, but
I'm not watching porn like a fucking creep. I'm saying if I like see some tits on Twitter, I'm like, hey, look at that. Also,
it's not like I see tits and I'm like, oh no.
Okay, I don't know what you're.
Yeah, you sent me a porn the other day. I watched it.
I sent you. I didn't send you a porn. I said, hey, look at this the craziest thing we've ever seen.
Yeah, what's the craziest thing we've ever seen?
I don't know. We could talk. Well, you brought it up. Now we got to talk about it.
I mean, it's just a severely disabled gentleman having sex with a porn star.
What does he have? Do you know?
I don't know, bro. He has Hezbollah disease.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got something going on where he kind of looks like Hezbollah, It's wild. People call him the alien or whatever.
Yeah, it was like a really. He's probably like 4 feet tall and like 60 pounds and like all fucked up and weird. I don't. It always weirds me out when like extremely disabled people are still like hood. Because he had like chains and he was like throwing his little fingers around and like still like acting gangster, like, "I'll fuck you up, fam. Like, what's up?" Like, I think he said the N-word a couple times, and I'm like, I guess he's allowed to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, who's gonna stop him? But for those, they did a fan, like, fuck a fan. That's a common thing people do, and so. She showed up. He started crying.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
When he realized he was going to have sex with her, he started crying. Which, dude. Hey, whatever, I get that.
No, that's me. My first time.
I was going to say I've been in love, dude. I've literally,
You know what?
When you love someone, you can cry during sex. It can happen.
No, think about how hot she was, and that's he's losing his virginity to her.
That's terrible. That's bad.
Oh, you think it sets the bar too high?
You want to, yeah. Because now it's over for him. Like, what are you gonna?
Yeah, that might be part of my problem.
Yeah, you started too high.
This is my standards are too high. Interesting.
I lost my virginity to a white girl with cornrows, so it's all up for me, baby.
Those women can't be hot.
No, she was hot. Listen, at the time, I was very into it, but I also. She said, "Bruh, if I get pregnant, you're gonna have to nut in a cup for a doctor." I don't remember what she said, but I remember it scared me and made me sad. I remember being really bummed out.
You just reminded me of this wheelchair kid. I would see. He was probably like also 4 feet tall, but like fat and like very disabled. Like can barely move his like hands. Like he had a mobilized wheelchair, but he was also like. Laying down disabled in a wheelchair, right? So so your head is like tubes in his neck, laying down. His friends would like ride on his wheelchair because he had such a super wheelchair to carry around. Is like so, but then I would like look at him, and he's like wearing the whole. I don't know what kind of gangster shoes they were, but he didn't have to tie them. Which, he's not walking. He doesn't need time. But he's also, like, sagging his pants. And I'm like, I guess that's the move. Sagging your pants in a lay-down wheelchair. He had, like, gold chains. It was just... It made me laugh every single time. I'm like, all right, I guess...
It's funny. No, it doesn't matter. It's funny, dude. It's funny, dude.
He's all thugged out in his wheelchair. I guess what? He didn't have... he should have gone... He should have thugged out the wheelchair. Put some spinners on the wheels. Really made put some nice paint job on the side.
Yep.
So, anyways, good for that. Good for that guy having sex.
Good for that guy and the guy that had sex. Yeah, he was so stoked on it. You know what? Props to him for keeping it hard in front of a camera.
Dude, I mean, if you're retarded and having sex, I don't think they have any problem.
So you know what? Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
I think it comes natural to them. They don't have all the problems we have, where we're like thinking about I'm thinking about my ex. I got tax problems. I'm old and fat.
Yeah, dude. Does my dick look right? The camera adds 10 pounds, but it takes away 2 inches or whatever.
They're living in the moment, pure in God's light and love.
So true,
dude. I've installed I installed Bumble.
Oh,
that's the only dating app not owned by
You're on the online dating.
Yeah.
See, Bumble's the worst one for me. No, I can't use it.
Why?
Remember? Because someone stole my account and made a Bumble of me and then was angering women. Dude, the amount of DMs I got, dude, he must have been smooth as hell because he had so many women so mad at me.
Do you think he was ugly but just had great game?
Maybe.
Oh.
All I remember is not one but 2 separate women messaging me to be like being like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? I sent you nudes and you just stopped talking." And they were like, "You don't want to hang out with me?" Like, they were mad that they were ghosted, not that he was rude to them. And I was like, I didn't ghost you. Literally, I have screenshots from Bumble. Like, this is the proof that my thing was hacked. I'm really sorry. And then both of them, I'm not joking, both of them were like, I don't care that it's not you. You're a fucking asshole. Like, they just lashed out at me anyway.
No, that's
and
fair.
I was like, yo, this is nuts, bitch. I fucking didn't do this to you.
No,
and they were like, nope, I'm still mad.
That's fair. If you cheat on a girl in her dreams, that's just as bad. She has every right to be mad at you. If Keanu Reeves come to me in a dream and tells me I'm on the right path, that was as real as anything. So if you cheat on if a woman has a dream and you cheat on her in her dream, that's just as real. The dream world is real.
You're giving me PTSD. I remember being a kid and seeing a movie, like an 80s movie or something. Like it was a VHS movie, and someone makes a joke about his wife being mad at him over something he did in a dream. And I was like, that's the most insane shit I've ever heard in my life. Mm-hmm. And then I grew into an adult man and have experienced it multiple times where someone is legitimately mad at me for something I did in a dream.
What are you doing in the dream world? What are you?
I don't
are you
know,
right
man.
on your? Is your astral plane self a good guy?
No, he's incredibly bad. He's either he's fucking people and he's really throwing it around. He's bad.
I think you become too lucid in your dream world, and you're actually cheating on women in the dream world.
Yeah.
And they're catching you when the dreams cross over. See, I'm the kind of guy, when I'm in dreams, my dreams suck because a woman will be like, "Do you want to have sex?" And I'm like, "I didn't bring a dream condom, even though I don't wear those in real life." And they're like, "I guess we can't." And then I'll wake up and I'll be like, God damn it.
Fuck. A dream condom.
I hate Dream Mac. He's too nice.
Dude, Dream Shayne doesn't do anything interesting ever. Dream Shayne is firstly just a child, and I just have dreams and I go, well, time to be abused in my dream, I guess. Very rarely does anything cool happen.
You're cheating in your dreams.
Well, no, I'm cheating in other people's dreams. Or another thing.
All the dreams are shared.
Okay.
It's like
another thing that's happened to me that I've gotten in trouble for is I had an ex have a dream where Dream Me insulted her, made her feel insecure, and then she woke up and she was like, "Do you think I'm fat?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "I know you do, because you said it in a dream." And I was like, "Oh my God, kill me with a gun."
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you need to do some introspection in the dream world.
I've had a dream that bummed me out that had to do with someone I was dating, and I just simply did not tell them, because why would you ever?
What? You don't tell them? You don't. You don't like to tell women. I had a dream about you.
No, dude, I don't want to empower them like that. Especially nowadays, dating some weird lady. She's got fucking crystals under your bed you don't know about. She's flicking water on you and shit that's been blessed. I don't know what they're up to.
So anyways, I have Bumble installed, right? And
yeah.
I go through all my free matches and I'm like, well, that's it. I'm done. No matches.
Yeah.
So then I get on TikTok and I start looking at other things, because it now knows I've installed the dating app, so it starts advertising tons more dating apps at me. So I'm like, fuck it. And I installed Bumble because it's the only one not owned by Match.com. Every single dating app is owned by Match.com.
Even Hinge?
Hinge, Tinder, I think Plenty of Fish, all of them are owned by Match.com. It's a crazy monopoly.
Who owns Bumble? Ashley Madison?
Hopefully, as long as, dude, as them being the only outlier, that's why I went with them. I'm like, I want the one that is not the monopoly. I want the stuff that the little guy. That doesn't work. the app that is. I had a lady match with me. She was all drunk and she's like, "Let's hang out." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. You want to like do something?" And she's like, "No, I'm too drunk." And then she sobered up and unmatched me the next day. I'm like, "Damn, that sucks." Oh well. But anyways, I installed a new. I can't remember what it was called. What was it called? It was called. Had a name. I think it was Hickey. Was it the Hickey app? Sounds just like some app on TikTok, and it was super. It was just like another Tinder clone, but it was like spicy Tinder. Ooh, you're gonna fuck on this app. So I install it and immediately get a match. And you know how it blurs, like, oh, you buy the service and you can see who these 8 other people are. Yeah. And it's like, one, if I do it. So I started talking to this whole first match immediately. And it was really like, I'm like, okay, she's into me, which is weird. And then she started asking, she's like, because it's a hickey, it's like a hookup app, right?
Yeah, so she's like, hey, what's the deal with your credit card?
No.
What's the deal with your fucking credit card number, dude?
It's much more sinister.
Oh, no.
She goes, what's your body count? Or I think it was, she goes, what's your body count? And I was like, probably
That's
like, it was on topic. It was weird, but it was on topic. This was no red flag. Like, I think I had like mild red flags, like just in the back of my mind, but I'm like, you're horny right now. Ignore any red flags. You're don't, like, whatever she fucking says. So I'm like, hey, here's my body count, 20. You'll stop counting, blah blah blah. And then a few sentences later, she goes, okay, but how many people have you slept with? And I'm like, I was like, isn't that the same as body count? And she didn't like answer in like a human way.
Yeah, I already can tell what's happening.
And so I'm like, what do you mean? Like, body count is the same. And she's like, oh, but I was just wanting to know what your body count was. And immediately, red flag, fully attention. I'm like, I'm talking to a chat bot. I'm talking to a fucking AI, and I know it. And so this was only like a couple minutes in. I wasn't that invested.
Okay.
Because it's like,
you got the body count a couple minutes in with a chatbot?
Dude. Well, it's so then.
Wait. Did the chatbot tell you how many people they fucked?
I didn't ask.
What?
I didn't get to ask. I should have. But here's the thing. Here's when I 100% knew it was a chatbot. I was like, hey, because you could send pictures.
Yeah. And
you could send anything. So I was just like, hey, send me your favorite meme. And the bot goes, I don't have any memes, but here's a selfie. And it was like a picture of her. And I'm like, one, that's the craziest lie ever. I don't have any memes. A person doesn't have a single meme saved on their phone.
My mom has memes, dude.
Exactly. Your mom has cool minion memes that she sends to cool dudes on weird apps. And she's like, this meme, these 2 minions are fucking. That's what we're going to do.
My mom.
Oh, no. Shayne can't lost.
Indian girl meme?
Wait. Restart. I lost you for 5 seconds.
Oh, I said my mom's on farmersonly.com sending people the country girls make do minion meme.
Oh, no.
Which exists and is fucking gross. So brutal. So
it was really fun at being. So now I'm in, because of the TikTok ad, I've been getting the same ad. And I'm like, hey, everybody, you're going to get a chat bot immediately. Ask it to send you a meme. It can't. It's fake. And I've just been blowing up their ads.
That's so funny. Ask him to send you a meme. It can't. It is funny to be a chatbot that can't send a meme. What the fuck is wrong with you fucking pussy ass chatbot? That's so easy, dude. I can program it better. I just don't want to.
I feel like I think it's just like a chatbot that's programmed to, like, because they have all those like horny chat apps. So they probably just copied like a little bit of that, and they don't have the coding or the like they're like, it needs a whole nother brain layer or something to be able to send like funny memes.
I just think, listen, scam me. Once AI can give a blowjob, I don't even care, dude. Scam me. I don't give a fuck. It's as long as I'm getting dome from someone at the end of that conversation. Not that I would online date ever again, but
no, get to day 30 like me. Become a 30-day champion and see if you start installing apps. Start just hitting up strange women in other countries. Be like, what's the deal with you? Start just talking to everyone, roaming the streets, be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Just on Tinder in Kiev, Ukraine.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, you trying to leave? What's up with you? Just talking to everybody.
Yeah, it really is. If you're in a dry spell, and you're not meeting any women, if you're a fucking loser, because I was intentionally like, I don't want anything to do with these women now. I'm still kind of like that, but to do nofap, and you will the universe will attack you for it.
God's like, hey.
Yeah, if you resist, if you go wizard mode, it's hard. It's very interesting. So, but watch out for the AI. I mean, it might have been an Indian guy in a call center just sexting me, being like, what is your body count?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I have no memes.
That doesn't make sense that he would.
No, because they have fire memes, dude.
Yeah.
Indian people kill it on memes.
And he would know what my body. He would know the difference between body count and.
Yeah, dude. He would be like, I love imagining some dude. He's ready to be a hot girl, and he's like, "What's your body count?" And you say like 20 something, and he's like, "Oh, nice." He's like, "Damn, dude, you fuck."
Have you seen? Do you go around the park by our house ever?
Yeah.
Do you see that dude with like 3 dogs that are always unleashed?
No.
Dude, there's this guy whose whole game is, I think he's trained the dogs. I'm pretty sure his game is, I don't think he has 3. I think he has 2, because I think he's trained one of his dogs to go up to other women's dogs and befriend them, and his dog is the icebreaker. And he's like he has a whole dog training thing. And I've seen him at literally 8 a.m. and like 10 p.m. at the park. And he's only ever talking to women with dogs. He's never offering his dog training service to dudes. And his dog always is the like runs up to another dog. And I have to give him, his thing must work. His dog is so well behaved. It runs up to other dogs. Sometimes the other dogs don't like it. But his dog is just like, it just runs up, and it's very nice and playful, and then he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Dude, such a great scam. Not scam, I guess. It's just it's just a move.
It's a thing. You know what my favorite thing to do is lately? Is my new move is, if I see a dog that's not on a leash and it's in the city, I offer it food. Their owners hate that. I just feed it immediately whatever I have. And they're like, "Hey, don't feed my dog." And I'm like, "It came up to me, man. I don't know."
Are you just holding on to food?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm eating a lot, I always have snacks on me or whatever. So I'm going to start giving their dog Doritos. And they're like, "Don't do that." And I'm like, "Hey, maybe fucking put your dog on a leash then." I don't know. It came up to me.
That is very fair. That is 100% fair. The dog has free will.
Yeah.
Has free dog will. And you are, if it was leashed, if they obeyed the leash laws, yeah, I think that would hold up in court.
Dude, that's so funny to try and pick up on girls with a dog.
He's not trying, he does.
Yeah, no, he's getting it. When I had a dog, when I had my husky, and I would take him to the dog park, we would anger women because I don't want to just sit around at the dog park. That's boring. So then I'm like chasing my dog around at like full speed, like going up the dog obstacles, like I'm jumping over him and shit.
Oh, you're that guy.
And him and I are like going nuts. I'm like getting him into turbo mode because I'm trying to wear him out anyways, a husky. And we're running around, and he's like dirty and shit, and he's like clobbering, like just full speed running over other people's dogs and knocking into ladies and shit. Women did not like us.
Yeah,
but you know what? Fuck them.
Everyone goes to the dog park and just lets their dog loose, and then they just hang out there and chat with the other dog owners.
Yeah, dude, not me, man. I'm fucking, look at all these dogs. I'm trying to have a good time, dude. I'm getting me and him would just give other dogs the zoomies, which is the funniest shit. Everyone's just running around.
That is fun.
Dude, it was a good time.
Unless you're trying to pick up on other dog owners.
Yeah. It does seem like I guess if you have a dog, you may as well use it for that. I'm like the opposite. I don't want to date a woman if she has pets, or a person if they have pets.
Why?
I don't know. It's kind of like whenever you date someone and like some of their family's dead or estranged, and you're kind of like, yes, score. I don't have to fucking deal with these.
I don't have to.
You do you have that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
I love when I love when a woman's parents are dead. I'm like, I'll fill that role for you. Emotionally, physically, all kinds
I don't know what any of that means. I'm not necessarily where you're at in this equation, but I think that all people can relate to when you have like less stuff to deal with. You're like, oh, okay. I mean, not all people, but anyway.
No, I think normal people like meeting other family.
You think? Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're fucked up. That's bad.
I think, no, I don't mind. A lot of times when I've dated someone before, their family members usually like me. But sometimes you just don't want to deal with it. Sometimes you just want it to be a non-issue.
Yeah, families don't like me, so.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. I wonder.
I told you about my one Christian girlfriend the one time where her mom was like, I like Mac, I don't like Mac for you. And I was like, oh, damn, that's the best. Oh, that's the best compliment I've ever gotten.
Brutal. It doesn't help that everyone I've ever been in like a serious relationship with has been like this really sweet, beautiful, nice normie girl. And then it's like me. And I'm like, hello, I'm all fucked up and weird, and I'm plowing your daughter. You know, no one likes
especially when
that.
you say it that way.
Yeah, I should have to think a better opener when I meet people's parents.
Oh, when I meet them, I always like, hello, I'm a bottom for your daughter. She's the alpha. They're like, oh, okay.
I actually can't have sex. I have a micro penis, and I don't like sex. And the dad's like, oh, okay, great.
No, I would. If I was a dad, I'd hate my daughter to be dating some loser with a micro penis.
Oh my god! If I was a dad, I would only want my daughter to date.
No, I want my daughter to be. My daughter's going to be a top.
Whoa, your daughter pegs. Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. I want my daughter to be pegging also if I had one.
So maybe she should date I don't want her to date a loser with a micro penis. I want her to date another alpha with a micro penis.
With a micro penis, yes, that's the way to do it, dude. And then she's giving him body shaking prostate orgasms. Dude, I got a massage.
Oh, yeah, special massage?
No, but
when are you going to get a special massage?
What? When am I going to get
You're
one?
in Utah. I'll give you the number of my lady.
No, dude.
She's really gross.
Yeah, I was like, there's literally no way I would, one, enjoy the massage. Two, I can't get... I know that she's a sex worker, but I still can't get your sloppy seconds. I can't have her jerking me off.
We could be Eskimo how would that be? Eskimo.
It's an Eskimo handshake. That's what that is.
Eskimo handshake. Yeah.
When you've both been jacked off by the same woman. Oh, there's no way I could get hard. There's just no possible way.
All right, that's fair enough.
I need to kiss. That's like the main thing. And I don't think that people who give happy ending massages are big time on kissing.
I think some of them are, but you don't want to.
No. That's another thing. Even though if she went to kiss me, I'd be like, absolutely not. What in the world?
So you're getting a massage, a normal, boring massage.
I got a normal, boring, like sports massage. It wasn't even boring. It was painful. They're always so painful.
That would turn me on.
We were joking, what did we talk about? She was talking about how there's a person in town who was giving prostate massages, and she's like, apparently it's supposed to be good for you.
Yeah.
But like,
oh, you mean like medically good for you?
Yeah.
I bet that's what they sound to say.
I was gonna say. I was like, I don't understand. What do you mean massage? If your fingers are in my ass, I think we're doing a secret third thing.
No, it's a deep tissue massage.
Yeah, because it's not sex work necessarily. Because you don't even have to be into it.
Who? The person getting the massage or the masseuse?
Yes to both, honestly. Because they just isn't it like a reaction that you can't even help? If they stimulate your actual physical prostate, you just bust, or is it like
this sounds like this happened to you, and you're trying to be like, I'm not gay, and I'm like, no one said you were.
No, I just don't know how prostate orgasms work.
Yeah, I bet. Guy who brings up prostate orgasms, how do these work? I don't know. Let me ask you.
You're being pretty defensive about it. I feel like you know a lot more than you're letting on.
I don't know. Or do
As
I?
a guy, yeah, I was going to say, I feel like any woman who you actually like could catch you slipping. You would just be someone's little slam pig, dude.
Absolutely. Especially now.
Oh yeah.
Now that I've ascended 1 month in, I need to get a 1 month token for Nofap carried around. What should I start posting on? I've been sober from jacking off for 1 month, just like how everyone else posts on social media.
I'm gonna get you a chip, a 1 month chip. You know what I just realized? Women are always clowning on men. Oh, you don't even know where the clitoris is. A guy couldn't find the clitoris if he wanted to.
Correct.
Where's my prostate?
I don't care.
Yeah. But where's my prostate? Oh, in my ass? That's not in. Well, I know that your clitoris is between your legs. So what now? Mm-hmm. Get more specific. Where is it? Where is it, Janet? Fucking where is it? They don't know. None of them know. I don't even know. And I'm not convinced they know where their clitoris is either.
I think when someone's like, men don't know where the clitoris is, they're just telling on themselves that either they date losers or they're such a loser that the guy's like, I don't even care.
Yeah, no, it's both. Also, and then there's the third part where you're incredibly stupid that you can't literally take a guy's hand and go, hey, this is my clitoris. And they go, oh, thank you. I will do what you want now.
It's one of those.
It's that easy, ladies.
Have you ever seen a super hot mega slut ever say, men don't know where the clitoris is?
No, never. No porn star is complaining about that.
Like, hey, they figure it out.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying, it might not be your fault, but if you have that problem,
look into it.
Self-reflect and find out what the issue is. Because it's either you or the person you're sleeping with. It's only two.
Yeah, those are the only two things. And both of them are bad. Yeah. If you're picking bad partners, that's bad. Stop doing that. And don't post your L's. Also, don't talk about it. Dude, this reminds me of a joke I had to stop doing on stage because it would viscerally affect the mood in the room. I was doing a joke about dating where I say I'm bad at dating, like I'm really bad at dating, and I begin to explain why. And then at one point in the joke, I go, "It's my fault. It's my fault. Like I take responsibility for 90% of all my dating problems." And then I say in the joke, I say something about like I'm in my 30s. Like if you're in your 30s and you're having a hard time dating, and you're saying everyone you date sucks, hey. Guess what the only common denominator in the last 10 plus years of dating is? It's you. You're the problem. And the room goes from people laughing to like dead quiet. Like it affects the mood. I can feel people be mad at me when I say it. It is true. That's why people don't like it. It's like, yeah, I bet everyone you've dated over the last 15 years has been bad, and it's all them, and that you don't have any problems, and you're so easy to get along with, and cool, and interesting, and hot.
If you told that joke on stage, I would laugh really hard in the back of the room to show everyone that I'm a good dater.
Hell yeah. I will say that every once in a while there's like one dude laughing at that part really hard and people are like annoyed with him, and I'm like, oh yeah, that guy gets it.
That guy fucks.
Yeah, dude, that guy fucks. Or he's a married guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of married couples who come to my shows. I'm a family comic.
You really are.
Yeah. That's my favorite shit. When couples are like, dude, we both listen to the podcast or like your comedy. I'm like, dude, that rocks. Unless they're sending us videos of them having sex on the podcast, then it gets weird.
That did rock. That one couple.
Yeah. Oh wait, was that the couple that she was like, one of these guys is my husband, and it was like 4 dudes having sex with her, and then our podcast was on in the background.
Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah, that was cool actually.
I did take down our email from the website.
Why?
We weren't getting any emails other than it was like 20. There was nothing but spam from Russia and India, and no one was using it anymore. Now that we have a Patreon, Discord channel, and other avenues.
Yeah, people message us there.
But yeah, so sorry. You can still email if you go back and find out through listening. But
yeah, people like to message me on Instagram about you.
Really?
A lot of people are wondering if you're okay. I don't know what you were doing on the podcast without me, but a lot of people were worried about you.
A lot of people keep saying, "Good job, Mac." You're like, they're being like really supportive, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm just doing it."
It's like when the special needs kid,
it feels very pandering.
He's like getting the math right, and everyone's like, "Woo, yeah, buddy, you're doing it," and he's like doing the bare minimum. But I hate that shit. Nothing would annoy me more when I worked with disabled kids than people like hyping them up on the dumbest shit. I would literally be like, stop. I would just tell them to stop to their face. Like, no, dude, come on. My one kid, he's a professional artist. Quotations around professional. But that's what he spends his days doing. He goes to like this place and he makes art. And sometimes there'd be like a new watcher, like a lady who like watches all the kids make art and make sure they don't eat the crayons or whatever, and then I have to be there too. But she would be like, "Oh my god, look at that, you're in the lines," and my guy would be like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I?" Like he would be mean to her about it, and I was like, "Dude, hell yeah, get her ass, dude." I would never tell him not to be rude when people do that shit.
Hey, when people tell me thank you, I'm not rude to them. I'm just like, hey, I've been doing this for so long. It's the only thing I know how to do anymore.
I taught my one guy.
Oh, continue.
No, I was going to say I taught my one guy to tell people he has autism and ask them what they have.
That's good. That's a good bit.
Such a good one. Oh, that rocks.
Maybe I should act like I'm struggling more.
Maybe.
Get more patrons. Be like,
help. Mac needs help.
It's getting really hard to do it. I can't. I don't know what to do. We need a studio. We need interns. We need more Patreon subscribers. Oh, I'm so close to ending it all. You can go to patreon.com/cowboyboys right now. I don't know if you might as well subscribe now because there might only be a couple more of these left before there's no more forever. I'm gonna install a dead man switch. So if I go, the Patreon is deleted.
Whoa, very rude of you.
Why?
I don't know. What if I want the Patreon money?
You should have installed a real live man switch.
Dude, I'm going to.
Nah,
I feel like if you had a dead man switch, you would forget to do it, and then you would forget the password to undo the damage, and it would be just like the worst possible thing.
Also, if I die, there's no way you could do this.
What are you talking about? I did a podcast for 2 years without you.
No, you wouldn't know how to upload by yourself. You always have helpers.
What are you talking about? I literally did the podcast before we started the podcast. The first 3 episodes I did.
Nah. You need me
You're
more.
You're getting too high on the hog. You're forgetting that I know how to do it.
You don't know how to use computers.
You're doing. Dude, you're doing the thing that where I'm like, where you're like, you go to do something and someone else is like, I'm going to do it that way. And then you go, all right. And you like let them do everything. And then they begin to think that this is what my ex-wife did. She was like, you're going to die. You don't know how to eat. You don't know how to do all this stuff. I was like, no, I do. I just let you do it because if I do it, you go crazy on me. Just like you go crazy. If I would shoulder part of the burden of producing, but you're out of your mind.
Dude, you don't know how to produce any of this.
No, I do 100%.
You could.
I would do it faster than you.
I'm gonna take a picture of the setup I have going on right now. How do I?
My setups would be minimalist. People would love them.
How do I?
See, I would spend less money on setups, and I would spend more money on costumes.
Okay.
I would have a costume budget, which I'm honestly I should wear more. If I wasn't stuck here in Utah, I'd be wearing more costumes.
Why costumes?
Because they're fun.
No,
that's the end of statement.
Yeah,
costumes are fun, and I like them.
You know what? That's a good thing. Whenever I ask someone like why they like something, and if they go into like this whole, well, because the thing, and I'm like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. But whenever someone's like, I'm like, why is this your favorite thing? They're like, I just like it, and I'm like, there's no truer answer than that.
Yeah, no, it's the best answer. It really is.
When someone's like, I think Martin Scorsese is a great director because of it, I'm like, you're just repeating some other YouTube essay artist bullshit that you heard. Yeah. You don't have a real opinion. The real opinion is, I don't need to explain myself to you.
Dude, that's my favorite shit in the world. I learned that from you. I used to over-explain myself more often, and because of you, very, very often now, people will ask me things or accuse me of things or like be like, this person did this, and I'll go, yup. I don't care. Yeah, you were being problematic. Yes. Instead of explaining myself, I just go, seems right. Yeah. And then they have nothing to say. The other cool thing,
everyone's looking for a reaction.
No, yeah. The other cool thing I've been doing is people will get into like sort of an argument with me or whatever, and instead of arguing back, I just go, what do you want to happen? And how do you want it to happen? I asked that. I just asked straight up. I've done it. I did it with politics. Like I got into an argument about politics, and I was like, what do you want, and how are you going to make it happen? And immediately they were like, oh, I have no idea. I guess this conversation's over. I've done it to a family member. They were being very rude, and I was like, what do you want to happen, and how are you going to fix it?
That wouldn't work on me. You can't. No,
it wouldn't.
Because I'd be like, here's what I want, and here's how it's going to happen.
That's why you're so easy to deal with, because I can just solve the problem by asking you what you need. Sometimes, though, I want to be mad at you for a while first.
Nah, you can't stay mad at me. I'm too lovable.
I know, it's true. That's a pro tip for everyone listening. Even if you're like arguing with your boyfriend or whatever, and he's like, I don't like that you do this. You just go, what do you want? What do you want to happen? And how do you want it to happen?
Okay, but that only works on guys, and especially autistic guys. That would never work on a lady. It might work.
I did tell someone I'm close to. I won't reveal their name, though they are around. I told them to do this to their girlfriend who was being jealous or something.
Nope.
And he literally said, okay, well, what do you want? What do you want to happen next? Like, what do you want me to do about this, and how do you want me to do it? And then she just replied, I don't know. I'm just mad at you. And then he was like, well, I don't want to talk about this anymore then. And then she started arguing with him more. So I was like, damn, how'd she defeat that? It was fucking crazy, dude. She's playing 4D chess, because her thing was the thing you like, where she was like, no reason. I'm just angry and there's no solution. So I'm going to make your life miserable.
The solution is stoicism, and just take that beating.
No, it's you really do have a way with women where you're like, whatever, I'm wrong, and just take it.
And it really diffuses.
It's a good strategy. Yeah, it confuses them. It's a really good strategy. I think long term, if you can lean into it, that's a game winning strategy.
You just need to know when to use these tools we've given you.
Yes.
And if you like it, if any of these tools work for you, please subscribe to patreon.com/cowboyboys. I'm not doing well. I'm doing really badly. How everyone's saying. Everyone's noticing this. Everyone's saying it.
Yeah. I'm literally in a truck parked in someone's yard right now. So really the podcast as a whole is suffering immensely. I'm about to be in the UK. I can't imagine a worse place I could be.
If it wasn't for my technical prowess, this podcast would not be existing right now. If it was only up to Shayne.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I have no technical prowess, and you're correct. And if we don't give some money to Mac, the podcast will be gone forever.
How would you do this? You would just record it on your iPhone and have just the iPhone audio.
What? If I was you, I would I would use that website that records both audios and stores it so you can download them separately. and then I would upload it.
There's a website?
Yeah, there's literally a website for remote podcasting that cleans up the audio, downloads them both as separate tracks, and then uploads them. But Mac doesn't like apps.
No. I know what you're talking about now, and there's a problem with that app. Sometimes the audio gets off track a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I bet it does. For all of you who know, there are automated systems that make podcasting so easy, and I know podcasters who use them.
And I use the better versions.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars, and Mac at first refused to use any program. He was like, I'm doing it by hand, which is a crazy person's thing. He literally was like, it would be like if you were like, hey, I'm this tractor that cuts 10 trees down in a row.
I'm John Henry.
Like, actually, I'm going to use a hatchet. Yeah. I'm going to do it Native American style with a hatchet.
Nope, I'm John Henry.
John Henry died.
Yeah. he was in the right. He was the hero. You don't know the name of the steam engine? What's the name of the steam engine? No one remembers. Because John Henry had heart.
It's true.
And that transfers. You could feel it in the data in your ears right now.
That's fair. But also, who wants to drive railroad spikes? That's a weird job to want.
I mean, if you really hate AI.
Yeah, I don't hate AI. I wish AI could give me head, that's all.
How come no one's talking about John Henry and all that stuff when all this AI bullshit?
I think that so many people are confused about AI because every opinion is so politicized, and Elon Musk is a political figure, and since he's the main centerpiece of AI conversation, like goofy blue-haired liberals who might like AI are like, well, maybe I don't like it because Elon, I'll just wait till I hear what Hassan says and then I'll go with that.
You think he's the main AI?
He's the main AI.
His opinion
guy.
is AI is bad and dangerous.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. And then because they're like, I don't want to have the wrong opinion and I want to agree with him. And then, you know, conservative people are saying wild shit. I don't even know what they fucking... They're like 2 steps ahead being like the robots are. They're molesting our children preemptively before the war. You're like, geez.
Not me. I'm going to start baptizing robots.
I think that AI is fine, but it's going to be rolled out in a way that is incredibly destructive to the workforce.
Hopefully.
Yeah, what is the number one job men between the ages of like 20 and 40 have?
Podcaster?
Truck driver.
Oh.
Which is like the first job they want to automate. So you'd have the most men out of work humanly possible overnight.
Think about the repercussions. If dudes are not driving trucks, then they're not listening to podcasts. And it'll just be a societal collapse. Because if we're not podcasting... Then...
First they came for lot lizards and podcasters, and I did not speak out.
We should. We need to podcasters and truck drivers need to join union.
We are one and the same. Our industries are.
Because
without truck drivers, I can't drink all the soda that powers me to podcasts. And without us, they can't bring the soda. It's a really cyclical relationship we have.
Yeah. Anyways. That's the podcast.
Hell yeah, we did it, everyone.
I gotta publish this this is a late night episode. I gotta publish this in 4 hours.
Enjoy. You know what? For me, it would be so easy to do.
It would be.
It would be edited within minutes, and the audio would be crystal clear. And no one would ever message me about it or care. And then I would have so much extra time to get throat cancer from whatever weird women you're hanging out with.
That's alleged.
Alleged.
We don't know what I was up to.
Dude, I can't wait for all the girls who have a crush on you that hear that you might have gone on a date, and then they're gonna be like, oh I gotta. They get all horny and weird about it.
I feel nothing for them because I've been in their DMs. I've been liking their posts. I've been commenting hi and the waving emoji on their posts. I've been thirst trapping at 2 a.m. being like, does anyone want to show me their boobs? Like in my Instagram.
Is that what you do? And then you delete it right away.
No.
That's so funny.
So that's on them. It's you should have invested in Microsoft in the early 90s, and that's me right now. And if you miss out on the Mac train, I mean, after I lock down one wife, then I'll be open again.
Exactly.
So it's not, but you'll never get to be the top spot is the most coveted spot. That's the only wife I respect.
Yeah, top wife.
All the other wives are just they're my other wives.
Yeah, they know what's up.
Yeah. So anyways, patreon.com/ I know what you're doing right now.
What? I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about? Don't be weird. Keep going. Patreon.com/cowboyboys. Cowboyboys.store. It's great. Go there.
I
buy
can
a
hear
hat.
you. I can hear
No,
you pissing.
No, you can't. I'm not. You're crazy. Dude.
Now we have video proof.
Do you think I would pee 2 podcasts in a row? That would never happen, dude. That's nuts. What, you think it's some kind of game that I'm trying to see if I can get away with it now? That it's like some kind of thing I do? Nah, dude. That's crazy.
You're a sick individual.
Patreon.com/cowboyboys so that I don't have to keep filming in this truck and I can go pee indoors. Fucking what's the other? Look, it's both my hands. Would I be peeing if both my hands are up here?
I mean, if you had a Gatorade bottle.
And you have the wider mouth. Yeah, go buy a shirt. By the way, thank you to everyone who's bought shirts and posted them. That shit rocks so hard. It makes me happy. I love it. You guys are the best.
Hey, take a swig from that bottle.
What? No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Take a quick sip.
There's no bottle in here, so even if there was. Hey, come to the shows in the UK. Some of them aren't selling that great.
Yeah, they're probably not.
I need to go look at which ones. I need to go look at which ones aren't. My agent told me to run ads, and I'm like, how? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Oh,
anyway,
I'll help you out with that.
I'll figure it out.
Right.
In the meantime, I love all of you so much. Excited to see you in the UK. Thank you to everyone who's bought shirts and stuff. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Patreon.com. That's it.
That's it. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. What?
Nothing.
All right, I'm out of here.
You got a piss quieter.
I don't know what you're talking about.